That's in a faraway world, so far removed from this adventure that we're like
These
nuts.
adventurers, if they were in it, would have pissed themselves.
Maybe. Who knows? Let's see what legacy they make for themselves. As when last we played, you guys had recently cleared out a nearby watchtower of your runaway enemy from the prior combat, smote by the mighty power of the hammer of Agramosh at the hands of your dwarven ally.
It was big, and then he got a real flaw.
You certainly got a proper demonstration of some of the latent magics within it. With some effective teamwork, Chompy was able to catch the runaway before he was able to slip away from you guys again. Full chomping in action. You guys had rescued the paladin who seemed to have survived this encounter, Miss Calrian Blix, who had asked to join your caravan, at least to Castle Everstand, so that she could report the ongoings here at this watchtower and resupply it should it need it.
We're pretty sure
and
we
report
have a
her failure.
If I remember right.
I mean, there are rumors. There are conspiracy theories being purported by your bard friend Sylph that there is like to be some sort of saboteur amongst your number, or
saying this. Oh, never mind. There's no saboteur. He's just crazy.
I mean, if it was coming from any NPC, just remember that any conspiracy theory ever uttered by any NPC in a game is likely the actual truth and story that's going on.
I mean, the Wainwright,
unnatural.
The Wainwright Kogan did co-sign the fact that it seemed quite an intentional cut to the axle when they replaced it. So there is an NPC backing to the theories being noted.
Also, it's not. Also, suspecting a saboteur is not a conspiracy theory. I mean, conspiracy theories are much more complex or unnatural than that.
Well, of course, the saboteur might even not be among us. He may be back in town.
It is entirely possible.
That's true.
It might be entirely possible. But for the time being, you were all about to take evening's meal and return to camp for the evening before rising early and finishing your trek to Castle Everstand.
Food and cheap beer for me.
Cheap beer indeed.
Yes.
Although there have been rumor that somewhere within that caravan is supposed to be something of a little finer, palate when it comes to alcoholic beverage. Although you've not quite found the source of such rumor.
There is somehow one keg that has made it all the way from the shackles in the hands of her kind.
That's a long way to fucking travel. You know what? Roll me a D100, Andrew. Let's see how.
Technically, the timeline of this campaign is after Skulls and Shackles.
That is by normal standard, but yeah.
Okay, D100. Okay, one moment.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how.
55.
Does not seem that such a fabled brew would have made it this far. It's far too inland, and any sane person would have drank it before it got this far into Avestan. Let's be honest. But in your dream of dreams, the dwarf in you, craves the good booze. The lizard folk in you understands that jungle juice is a tool to be used properly. But everybody is able to return to back to camp fairly safe and sound.
So are we resting up now?
This would be the evening's rest, as people had spent spells and the like in order to get ready for a rest, but that rest was promptly interrupted when you had decided to go investigate the watchtower. So please make note of your proper amounts of spells, as I believe that most of you will end up needing to sleep.
Oh yeah, Dolgus is sleeping. He'll be sleeping on one of the wagons if necessary, but he's not waking up before it's been 8 hours, and then he can prepare spells.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
Sylph is out too.
So the question becomes, who would like to
It
take
better be a
first
dragon
watch?
attacking if we want to do our thing.
Sylph is just clonked out on Roddy's shoulder, drooling heavily.
He just kind of like there's you, pats your head, gets you a blanket, maybe some warm milk if you absolutely need it.
Just like snaps out loud. Tree branches! And back to sleep.
You want some warm milk there, buddy?
Thank you. He just like clonks back out, doesn't even drink it.
It sits there waiting for you. But who wants first watch?
Anybody?
Sylph. Wasn't
He
Keep
was-
Watch cast on you?
No, it broke because you
broke.
went and did the thing, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ava's like Sylph. It's Sylph's turn. His fault he broke it.
Oh, dang. All right. I guess I'll get up.
I'll be right back, guys. It's gonna take me a couple minutes. I gotta handle something real quick.
No problem.
All right, yeah, Sylph will mosey on up and take watch, knowing that he'll get some rest a little later.
Sounds like you and Roddy are on watch together.
Oh, jeez.
He had milk prepped for you and everything.
Ava will
Hopefully it's not
also
warm. Otherwise, I'll
cast
knock them
Keep
right out.
Watch on Gochin and tell him don't go to bed.
Sylph slams the tankard of milk and then slugs Roddy in the arm and says that he's it and runs off.
I see the milk drunkards to run off. Have a fun one. Roddy just kind of, pulls out a hip flask and, takes a sip.
Sylph's
And then
just being
and then Roddy realizes there's something at the very edge of his peripheral vision. And slowly he turns around, and there, not even a foot away, is Chompy staring him in the eye.
Hey there, buddy. What you doing?
Chompy will nose his mug.
You can hear Sylph in the distance within the shadows of the forest. He likes it when you pet his mouth.
Next thing you know, he's drinking whatever he was drinking.
This is not quite for dinosaurs.
Poor Roddy.
Roddy just kind of corks it and puts it away.
Puts it away. How?
So inside of his, armor, he's got, a little pocket that, he sticks it in right above, his breast kind of thing. Kind of latches up his coat a little bit.
He has tits?
Everybody's got tits.
Are you judging?
Yes.
Oh my god. It's no different than how a dwarf has tits.
Well, I mean, lizard people don't have tits. What are you on about?
I mean,
They have muscle tits.
why does Dolgus?
Logus doesn't have any. What are you talking about? Also, here, eat this. The 17 CMB is trying to yank that off of him. It'll fail, obviously, but Chompy's trying.
Oh yeah, no, that's not gonna do it. But it is a valiant attempt. No there, buddy.
And no one's coming to help him.
No, Sylph's just chilling in the bush.
Gonna sit there and hide in the bush as the night goes on. Go ahead and roll me a perception check as you kind of can, in your peripheral, see that Roddy's just kind of keeping Chompy at bay. Gently, but, keeping him at bay.
Ooh.
That.
He just sees bush.
He's just focusing on that entertainment and not what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Roddy keeps at least a slightly better watch, despite the interference of a dinosaur.
With rolls
Hiding
like
in
that,
Ivy.
well, Chompy does better than one of you, at least.
He's real focused in on that, he's not, Chompy doesn't understand scent and, it's, descriptive words. He just knows that it smells potent. But first watch eventually comes to a close. As Roddy will go kick awake whoever is up for second watch.
I'll do second.
Sylph
Fair
already
enough.
fell asleep. He's just in the...
He can
Sleeping
stay
in the
that,
bush.
He can stay in that bush.
He fell asleep.
Gojin should be doing all of them.
Perfect. So, while Sylph is...
keep watch?
Ava told you not to go to sleep.
Okay. Yeah, so Gochin's staying up then.
So while Sylph passed out in the bush, Roddy comes over and just kind of shakes his head and takes Sylph's hand, puts it in a small bucket of water.
Finally.
And then takes a little bit of fish and just kind of rubs it on Sylph's back, and then just leaves him in the bush.
Oh no! He's gonna pee.
Uh-huh.
Who knows? We'll see. He drank the goat's milk and everything.
Oh no! I fell right into his hands.
So Roddy heads back to his tent and, heads to bed.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's Gochin and Edna awake for evening's watch.
Yep, I guess.
Yeah, Gochin's gonna be awake for all of them.
All of them? Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Doesn't he have keep watch going or something?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Ava cast it on him.
That was before the combat, though.
No, she cast it on him right before they went to bed after combat.
Ah.
Literally just saw Sylph broke her magic. He's like, I don't fucking trust that. Gochin, stay up.
Okay, then I will not require Gochin to... Gochin, go ahead and roll me a perception check for first watch, first and foremost.
Checks.
Beautiful. You watch as, first watch ends, that Roddy kind of just, went to check on Sylph. Seems Sylph is sleeping in a bush tonight. Second watch comes around. Roddy goes and, wakes up Ethna, and it seems that your new compatriot that you picked up from the Watchtower is kind of milling about camp, kind of, well, I'd say give me a sense motive. Both of you.
There it is.
He's
Well, that sucked.
Gochin?
It's taking a little bit to get my sheet loaded. Okay. Let's see, do I have sense motive on this? Oh, nope. No points in it.
Okay. Well, at the very least, it seems that she's up and about. It's difficult to kind of like read her language, body language. You would think that after the kind of day that she's had, she would probably, want some rest and some sleep. But you're on watch this evening. Is there any discussions? Is there any, chats? Anything you're looking to do during the watch? Outside of just doing,
The
look
watch.
about?
I would like to take a small cup of water, dump it on Silt's pants quietly, and then go check on the newbie.
I need you to roll me I need a stealth check from you. Sylph, I need a perception check from you. You do have a penalty because you're asleep, but this is also feeling.
right. All right, Sylph. You got this. Yeah, come on, Sylph. You got this.
I apologize, but with your -5 penalty, that is not gonna do it. You
Oh,
remain
no.
asleep.
Sylph Pete.
And what's bad is, it's warm water, so then eventually he
Well,
does actually pee himself.
Sylph Pete.
Roddy and Sylph, bedwetters together.
yes.
So you said you're gonna go check on the newbie.
Yes.
Gochin, are you doing anything during this evening since you've just kind of been told to keep watch?
Yeah, he's just keeping watch very intently, making sure to observe everything. So he saw all the things.
Oh yes, you definitely saw Ethna walk over and just like subtly dump a small bucket of water on Sylph's trousers.
He's like, interesting.
There's nothing going for him down there either, just so everyone knows.
But you do happen to catch this.
How much do we sleep with, how much HP do we heal with rest there? Is it just our level?
That is going to be your level plus your constitution modifiers.
Okay.
But yes, so Athena, how do you approach the
newbie.
your new compatriot? How do you approach Calrian?
I guess I would approach her in a. What's the word? I'm trying to think of the word. The word's not coming to brain now.
Timid.
Not timid, no. Cautious. Cautiously approach her.
I will say that she's kind of like just kept pacing around like the campfire a little bit, maybe in between like a tent here or there, but it definitely is trying to be quiet, not like walking around and like inspecting anything, just pacing.
The only reason I say cautious because she did just deal with a lot of shit today, and I don't know if she's gonna be like a hair trigger right now.
That's fair.
Cautiously approach her.
So you step up with like that like reserved kind of body language, just kind of walking up. She kind of takes note of you approaching and just kind of like nods politely, but otherwise doesn't say anything. Do you Do you say anything?
I would ask her, how is she faring?
I am alive, so I suppose well enough. Uh, Today's been a lot. Yeah?
Definitely has been a lot.
I'm... I don't know. I am processing. I know my duty is to return to Castle Everstand and make light of what has transpired. But I'm not sure after that.
I would recommend to her she takes a moment to mourn for her comrades and pray to her deity for guidance.
She kind of nod to you. I've certainly done as much. As you all were heading back to Caravan, I made sure to whisper a word to Iomade and hope that wherever they are, it's better than these treacherous lands. I truly don't know what would have happened if it weren't for you and your band making your way in unlikely circumstances. So, that you, as mentioned before, have my eternal gratitude. She kind of would just look to you. It seems like whilst she's holding her composure, while it's not hair trigger, it is certainly fragile. Whatever are you all even doing out in these lands? Normally, caravanners of such tend to avoid getting into the mix with the tribes of Beltson.
We are in search of things.
She just kind of like raises an eyebrow at you. Like, not. She understands your words, but doesn't quite understand the context or intent. What is there to be found within these locales? Besides a certain death sentence, unless you are looking to return to Lastwall for such findings. Maybe a pilgrimage to Vigil?
I kind of just keep quiet because I don't want to add too much to her because I don't trust her 100% yet.
She kind of, takes the silence and, nods. It's like, I'm sorry, I suppose I was looking for a distraction, but I should let you keep to your watches then. I should probably go lie down or something. Thank you. I never got any of your names, actually.
I tell her my name and Gochin, point to Gochin over where he's watching. And then
Does Gochin say anything during this?
I say,
As like Evana's kind of introducing you to and like explaining briefly about little things. You can feel free to chime in as often as you like there, one.
Yeah, he'll go over, yo.
he is quite young still.
Can he be
from my
heard over
understanding.
Garland snoring?
Yes. Like the tents are fairly like close to one another, so to speak, as to be a bit more of the defensive, positioning. So that way no one person is necessarily like caught away from the others in the event of an ambush.
But
But
after
yeah.
introducing Gochin, I explained to her I will introduce her to other people of the caravan in the morning when they have awoken.
She, that's fair. I apologize for imposing on you all as much as I have.
I tell her she is not imposing because a lot of us are just a ragtag team, so we all impose on each other.
You'd get a light chuckle to that before she kind of like bows her head and I was gonna make you roll for that in case you had the like fortuitous to like keep it, but hey, if you're going for it, man.
Hey, nature calls.
Good thing he's not in his bed.
Right? But Calrian would kind of bow her head and as a show of thanks and kind of make her way to the tent that had been offered to her earlier in the arrival. So it's at this point that I would require Gochin and Athena to go ahead and roll me a perception check for this portion of the evening's watch.
Shit.
A little bit of clarity of mind knowing that your recent addition does not seem to be at least a threatening one. Athena kind of keeps a vigilant eye on the rest of the tents. It seems that over the course of the night, everyone has taken to some form of slumbering. Athena does, however, catch that at moments in the evening, there does seem to be like little flickers of light that come from the fortune teller's wagon. But it doesn't seem threatening by any standard. With that, third watch is ready to begin. Who is taking third watch?
I.
Obviously.
Avik wants her beauty sleep, damn it.
Does Athena wake anybody up for third watch?
Let's wake the alchemist, or whatever his name is. Kogan? Koga?
Sure.
Whatever his name is.
He kind of looks at you and is like, "Hey there, lass.
Time for watch.
All right, sure. I guess I can do that. Just don't rattle anything back here unless you like explosions."
I do like explosions, but I won't rattle a thing.
All right. And kind of, pats you on the back and heads on out and takes note of Goch and kind of posts it up and goes, "Yo."
What's up?
So,
They're gonna have a bro moment.
So, anything interesting going on tonight?
Well, there was a prank that happened earlier.
A
We'll have
couple,
to see how that
of
goes.
them. A couple of them.
Oh, really? By what do you mean? What kind of prank we talking? Nothing like the cart prank from earlier.
Well, there was some water that was poured on our little Barty friend.
Oh, the one that already pees the bed? Damn, that's
Yeah. So he's definitely gonna wake up thinking he did it again. I'm not saying a word. Yeah.
All right. So that poor Roddy fellow's pissing the bed again. You would have thought that his parents trained him better.
Mm-hmm.
That's gotta be. Wow. I wonder why he's not that popular with the ladies.
Yeah, among other things.
So, Anything else?
Not too much. Not a lot going on. Thankfully, at least, because the
Alright.
action at this time of night's not always the best, especially since I can't really see that far.
Oh, that's fair. You're one of those daytime fighters, not really capable of doing shit at night, huh?
Yeah, nighttime's for sleeping.
Nighttime's best time in order to get some work done.
I guess if you're a night owl, I suppose.
I mean, you think of it this way: you got far less distractions. People aren't, really watching you. You could really get some, midnight oil burn and just, take care of what you need to get done.
Yeah, I guess. But then if you get a good night's rest, you'll be even better in the morning.
Yeah, but you could sleep during the day and let everyone do the work.
Oh, I see. But what about now? Because now, if anything pops off, you're going to be doing the work.
Oh, but see, that's the thing. No one's in my way.
Oh, then they won't know what you're capable of either to make you do more things.
Exactly. If
Yeah,
I need to set off a few explosions, well, guess what? Nobody's standing in the way, so I don't have to worry about some friendly fire. If I need to get a little bit of, wagon maintenance done, well, guess what? I can see in the dark. And I've got the tools.
I see. You see Go-Chen writing his pen waggling around as he's writing on a little tiny sheet of paper.
There's perks to the, nightlife, Also, if you're awake at night and you're in the city, there's so much shit going on. There's businesses that don't open until the sun goes down.
No.
Yeah.
Let
me ask you this. You only ever lived life in that little podunk town you call home?
Yeah, a lot happens there. We get some orc raids every now and then.
Orc raids. You should make your way over to, Kilmore or Cragadan or, Magnamore. Shit, even Vigil's got a nightlife that don't tell the clerics, but there's some shit that goes down in those streets when they're not paying attention.
Or out of character, Catapesh, where you can buy literally anything as long as you have the right money.
Right, but he's
I like how you say the right money too.
he's talking about the places in Avestan, but yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nightlife, I'm telling you, it's where the parties are at.
I might have to check that out sometime. Maybe on our adventure we'll end up one of these places.
Who knows? I mean, Vigil's not too far away, I suppose, but from the course that we were charting, yeah, I guess we're not really getting that close to it.
Well, maybe I can talk the group into stopping by once.
Maybe on the return trip once your mission's all said and done, right?
Yep.
Sell the spoils of war in style. Kinda gives you a head nod. But I suppose that you two can kind of chit-chat as to the pros and cons of nightlife and life in True Now. And, maybe Gochin gets a little inspired about the way that parties happen in, bigger metropolises and, towns of culture.
Where he comes from, everyone goes to sleep at 9.
Yeah, basically. The only people that don't are the people that have to do watch. Which might be why you're so reticent to do watch, because that means that, oh man, I gotta do the things that the guards did. But, yeah, so go ahead and toss me one last perception check there, Gochin. And I'll toss one for Kogan.
He got to plead off having to do watch before because he was a blacksmith, but now here he doesn't get that excuse. So he's having to make up for all the times he was able to skip on watch duty before.
He didn't even claim he's tired either. He gets to do all of the watch.
Yeah. Until he does, like, something that breaks it. Like strenuous working out.
And then Eva's response is, no, no, no. You get to do all of the watch.
So
Ava.
it's like shouts out into the night that the captain's ship is going down. They're taking out water, and then slowly mumbles back in.
Bright and early are the birds tweeting towards the rising sun as everybody's kind of able to start waking up. The first thing that Sylph kind of takes note of is a bigger boot kind of like standing next to his face and just kind of nudging him awake, and it's like, "You alright, lad? You still sleeping?"
Where I was on watch.
As you look up, you can see the orcish figure of Dregar kind of like looking down at you, just kind of extending a hand. "What you on doing in the bush?"
I was watching. I was watching Roddy and Chompy, and I was hoping he would get close to his mouth, and I just kind of nodded off. I had the wildest dreams. I was on a pirate ship. We were sailing the oceans.
"Hey, see that?" And he kind of looks down at your trousers and is like, "You may want to go clean yourself up."
Sylph looks down. Good God!
"It seems you might have done pissed yourself."
It seems I have. I gotta tell Roddy.
I could just
As you say that, like, Roddy's walking out of the tent, sees you kind of walking on up, points and laughs.
It should be noted that this entire time, Roddy has been followed very closely by Chompy.
Oh yeah, no,
Nighttime
he's
all
like,
the way till now. He has not allowed Roddy to sleep.
like, Roddy just kind of points over to Sylph and just laughs. It's like, "It looks like the rumors may have actually been reflected on the rumor teller."
It seems we're brothers in battle.
I can just imagine Dolgus waking up and going, "Female? I spell P."
Wow.
No, it's clearly too stinky to be female.
Uh,
Or rather, it doesn't have the right stank to it, I should say.
ain't got the right stand to attack the male.
You dinguses.
Keep
But
it
yes,
right,
Roddy tries to haze Sylph, and Sylph tries to put in a bit of a performance. So what I need from you, Sylph, is a bluff check versus Roddy's bluff check to see whose version of the story. Oop, hi, kitty. Whose version of the story takes hold amongst the caravan.
Okay.
Scared. Ooh, that is a good bluff check.
Say, my dear Roddy, I am a bard.
Yes, you are. So you're brothers in arms of this battle race. You take your bedwetting prank with grace, as Roddy is unable to, fully deter everyone's thoughts of him onto you. You are both now in the bedwetting bed.
I make this like valiant stand as like, my dear Roddy, as everyone expects me to pee myself when I sleep, no one expects you to pee yourself when you sleep. And the fact that you've cowered behind your words disgusts me, and I walk off sloshing my pants.
And this is why they sleep in the same tent. They get to smell like pee.
And Gochan nods. He makes a valid point there.
Gochan, you believe me, right?
No.
No.
It's gonna be so fun playing a very stoic character in the next one. Well, the vampire one. Silt's all off the wall, and my next guy is going to be just very vague.
Damn it.
Yes, to everyone involved. All is right in the world.
God.
I mean, we have to die, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Any
We
case.
do have to die.
It's part like step one of becoming a vampire. Just
Uh-huh.
roll with it.
So, as breakfast gets divvied out by the hands of Jesmies and to the rest of you, Roddy kind of tries to send Chompy back off towards Stolgus as things are getting underway. People begin to break down the tents.
Chompy will now, since he's tired, he's been awake most of the night, will find one of the wagons, climb into it. Even if they're trying to put stuff there, he climbs into it. And he's going to lay down there and just nap.
Fair enough.
Yay.
They kind of build the little fort around, Chompy as they put things away. So he's got, a nice little cove to kind of snuggle into. Of course, he gets all the softest things put, directly around him. But Calrian kind of steps up to Evanon. It's like, you have quite the rowdy group for the morning.
Every morning, and noon, and night. They're always rowdy.
I see. So then, if I might impose introductions then?
Sure, let's start with Ava.
So she'll follow you to Ava then.
Yep. And this is Ava.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Miss Ava. She kind of nods to you politely.
Ava just nods back.
Ava likes books, so if you have any of those, give them to her.
I see. I have little in the ways of writings outside of the scriptures of Iomade and her precepts, but I am guessing that this is a historian of yours, then, or?
Eh,
Suppose. Often referred to as a scholar, but that title would suit me as well.
I see. I believe I understand. She kind of nods. She clearly seems to not be trying to be rude.
Have you been out here long?
I have been posted at the watchtower for, I would say, 4 seasons. My previous assignment was as border watch for Vigil itself. As part of training from the Knights of Ozone and their main branch and headquarters within Vigil.
That's so interesting. Ava just kind of stares at her as if expecting more.
I
Good
have.
talk. And then Ava steps away.
Calrian seems a little like, is she always this difficult to engage reaction from? I find her very hard to read.
She is if she likes you, she's like that. A little more talkative, but not much.
Understood.
Ava will continue to watch her throughout the day from a distance.
Good,
Oh,
Ava.
yeah?
Good, Ava. That's why you were first.
Doesn't say anything and doesn't approach her first, but she does not hide the fact that she's watching her basically throughout the entire day.
Okay,
You know how
alright.
creepy this would be to be everywhere you go behind your shoulders this creepy little elemental child girl.
No, just all I'm imagining is like as like the caravan stops and like everyone's getting off, the paladin steps off the back wagon and just like right next to the side is just Ava just staring up at her, and like she doesn't say anything until like Paladin just goes hello, and Ava just goes hello, and then walks away. Later,
Yes.
she's like coming out of the woods from you, like, relieving herself. You just see Ava sitting across the camp, just staring directly at her. Just deadpan the entire time.
Okay. Who next? Let's take her to Dulgus next.
Dulgus, alright. What would Dulgus be doing first thing in the morning?
Well, after he has come back communing with nature, by which I mean taking a piss, taking a shit, and also preparing his spells at the same time. I do mean at the same time. Kind of like a guy might read a newspaper on toilet back in the 50s.
Oh, yeah. I can 1000% imagine, like, as Dulgus is, like, doing his daily, like,
morning
essentials. Like, he interprets the shape of his shit, maybe the way that, his piss, like, forms the ground beneath him, like, how it trickles here and there and interfaces with nature.
Anyway, he's leaving away from that area, and that's probably when you find him.
So, this is Dulgus in all his glory.
Who's this?
I am Kelrian, Paladin of the Knights of Ozum.
Oh, right, her. Were you missing a hammer? Nah, probably not.
No, I do not wield a hammer. I wield a longsword and shield.
Okay, just making sure. Have you seen Chompy anywhere? That's Chompy.
I little
Chompy, by the way.
The little dinosaur fellow.
Little? Well, I suppose he's kind of little now, but he'll get bigger, I assure you.
Very nice.
Coming up on a growth spurt.
I do believe that I saw him partake of part of the space in one of the back of the wagons.
Oh yeah, that's what he does. At least when there's wagons. We don't usually have wagons, but when we do have wagons, he does that.
That's fair. So what is it that you do within this merry band there, Sir Dulgus?
Well, I do what any good lizard-man shaman would do.
She kind of raises an eyebrow, looks back to Evana, and then back to Dulgus.
That's fuck up people asking for it, and generally be the nature guy, because no one else understands nature, because they're idiots. I mean, they're dumb, they're stupid. You have no idea.
I see.
I agree.
Then you look like a stupid idiot, too. Do I have to worry about you? I probably have to worry about you.
I know a fair bit about these lands, although I'm nothing that comes close to a ranger, so if it comes to the forces of nature, I will be sure to lend my ear to your expertise.
Okay, well, that's all well and dandy, that's fine. Have you heard of Buckrook, though?
She gives you another, like, she looks back to Evana and then looks back to you and it's like, I can't say I have.
No one here knows anything. And instead of trying to explain it, Dulgus will stomp off in the direction of Chompy.
He pisses himself off.
she like looks back to Evana and goes, well, he's certainly a unique character amongst your band.
He's not even the worst one. We'll wait on that one.
Okay, then.
Clearly, out of character, clearly I'm not trying hard enough. Who do I need to beat?
So, who's next?
We
Also,
will.
don't forget, he's stinky. He is stinky.
We will go.
Not when Ava's around.
You also have the NPCs that are a part of the
I
caravan
know.
as well.
I'm working
Okay.
through them.
No problem, no problem.
Let's go. See Jess.
Jess is currently at the mess area for food and all of that as you approach. She's currently got like a small little spatula sticking out of her hair bun and a few other like tong-like implements in order to like serve some of the prepared sausage patties and the like. And she would kind of like look up to you and the approaching paladin and go, "Ah, yes, the Night Lady of Ozum. Yeah, that. Welcome. Did you want seconds?" Kind of like looks to both of you, but like somewhat like paused smile.
I would not like seconds. That spatula makes me worry about hair in the food, but I'd want to introduce you.
I do believe I met this one, but I never got her name. I am Jess Mason. I kind of help take care of some of the merchandising side of things, organization of goods, and also tend to some of the food care that the caravan needs. You don't have to worry about hair, I promise. It has never ended up in the food before.
There's always a first.
Kind of, she, takes the spatula out, kind of scratches her head a little bit. I don't know what you mean. Oh, this is cosmetic. I made this out of some of the wood we found not too far away.
As long as it stays cosmetic, I will appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. She kind of gives you a small smile. Callahan's like, so the mess cook and she kind of like leans over. Is she a little touched in the head as well?
Very.
Dangerous?
No, just klutzy,
I see.
ditzy, a few of the many things.
Well, Lady Jess, I do appreciate your cookery this morning, and hope that you fare well for the rest of the day. She kind of nods and like looks to you as like she's ready to go. just kind of like nods her head excitedly.
I will immediately turn away from them because I do not want to talk to Silt yet. And we will go find Dregger. Because we do not be talking to Silt in his loincloth.
Until they gave him armor, that was what Dolgus was wearing. Just his loincloth.
Right.
His personalized loincloth.
Well, he's stirring...
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with what's going on right now. I'm cleaning my clothes.
Next to the food. Next to
There's
the
nothing
food.
right with what's going on.
At one point, you see like Jess reaches for some water and goes, and scoops it from the cauldron.
Yes. We were meant to be together.
I demand death.
As we're heading to Dreggar, I'm pretty sure they're about to be married. They're a perfect couple.
Who?
The two idiots.
The two idiots.
Aww.
Dolgus
wishes
ain't marrying
she knew.
that person.
Ava wishes she knew purify food and drink.
They don't have enough scales.
To be fair, every time that you guys have eaten the food, it has turned out quite well. And
Yeah.
it's not like you guys have found any variant of impurities or the like. I would actually like that any of those who are nearby to give me a perception check as she takes the cup of water.
Oh God.
I don't know. Ava.
For once, Ava cares.
Oh God, Silt.
Still.
Dolgus doesn't care. He's not bothering.
So,
Oten is curious.
so Sylph and Ava take note that the water that she pulled from the boiling pot, she immediately puts into a bowl of like berries and the like,
Oh god.
and starts mashing them into what looks like maybe some variant of like paste or ink.
Oh, wow.
And then she like just kind of takes the pointed end of a quill and just starts like jotting a note down somewhere. Sylph is the only one that notes that it is writing down the name of the paladin and that she'll need to account for extra portions within daily meals.
I forgot that Jess writes down.
So, where to next, Ethna?
Dragar, wherever
Dragar.
he's at.
Dragar's kind of been loading stuff into the back of the wagons where you can see Chompy is currently nestled and Dolgus is kind of, looking around the wagons for Chompy.
I would like to, as we're walking, point to where he is to Dolcus. Just a tip.
Always thinks you're pointing out to how neatly stacked the stuff is, and it's like shrugs and goes nods and keeps on looking his way.
He'll figure it out.
What can Dragar do for you today?
We are just doing introductions for the newbie.
Ah, yeah, Night Lady. Hi, I'm Dragar. I do the ranging, and the scouting, and the general orc stuff.
Ranging
She
and
kinda-
mirroring.
She kind of nods and it's like that is certainly a skill set that is absolutely useful. You kind of answered my question already. Straightforward fellow.
Yeah.
Dragar appreciates when people are straightforward with him, so he's straightforward with them. You need an axe put somewhere? Dragar's here for it.
That's a man I can respect.
Basically. That's apt. Kind of like just gives a smile and a nod, respectfully. Now, but like after he does, he just kind of looks to both of you, raises up a finger to his lips, and like a shh, kind of nods to the sleeping dinosaur.
Yeah,
Don't wake him. He's all cute in there.
It's like, don't wake daddy.
Like Dragar makes sure to like put a like small bag of like exposed rations like just near Chompy, but not like too close to his face. I know I get the munchies when I get woken up.
Oh, Chompy is accruing worshippers.
Behold,
A
he
new
will
deity
become
shall
the
soon be
avatar.
joining.
He's going to become the avatar of your god.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
nope, that was all we wanted to do.
He nods, continues to stack other things around the sleeping dinosaur.
Let's go off and see Tasha.
Tasha seems to be doing perimeter walks as, caravans getting broken down. Kinda takes note of you both. So, what can I do for you? We getting ready to take off?
Momentarily we will be, but we're just going around for introductions for the newbie.
Right, you picked me up from the watchtower.
Yes.
So we got one more mouth to feed. It is what it is. How long you staying? Calvin just kind of looks at him and it's like, hopefully just a castle Everstand, and there I should be able to make my way back to a nearby city or receive new orders, I suppose. Tasha, was it? The ranger kind of nods to her. Yep.
if she's got a cauldron full of everything.
I do some of the foraging. Just a basic guard. Nothing to really speak of. But, if we're getting ready to take off, just let me know. And, well, if you're looking for anything useful amongst the caravan, I'm not the person for it. She kind of gives a small smirk.
We will keep that in mind.
Look, if you need something useful, that's either the boss or the, frazzled one. The pick-me-up from Jurnau. I don't know, the bards hang around her.
Jess.
That one. Calrian just kind of goes, very well then. Kind of like turns to start to walk away, looks to you. Not very personable, that one, is she?
No. Definitely not.
She also
Hmm?
is that tic-tac-toe.
That was the one that wouldn't play tic-tac-toe.
Yes.
Yep.
Tic-tac-toe.
She doesn't
look
like
at
you.
the hoe.
Where to next?
Let's go talk to Roddy.
Roddy, alright.
Rowdy.
Roddy seems to be finishing up with the last of the tents that needed to be broken down. Kinda waves you over. Evana, what can I do for you and your, Miss Calrian this morning?
Just doing a round of introductions, making sure you didn't pee yourself last night.
I was perfectly fine and comfortable within my tent, with maybe the minor exception of our dinosaur friend being quite persistent for alcohol. Strange
Yeah.
company, but
Yeah.
he's a good little fellow.
At least you had a dry bed compared to the other bard.
Indeed. I swear to you that my bed has always been dry, with the exception of a few nights of, well, we won't talk about those.
Too many
Kinda
drinking.
gives a wink to the, ladies here. In any case, I, one of the established guard captains back at Trunau. I hear you're a bit of a career woman yourself. Calrian kind of like nods, like one of the Knights of Ozum, although I would not necessarily relate as common guard. Might you understand? Roddy's like, yes, my apologies. The cities of Vigil are always so much more occupied than our little border town of Trunau. But we're nevertheless under the same amount of danger from the orcs here and there, are we not? Kind of gives her an acknowledging glance and just like, yes, we are. It was a pleasure to meet you. Roddy, was it? May you remain safe in these territories. Kind of gives a nod. These two don't seem to like each other very much, or at least are Tarson, like, who's got it worse in Trunau, or in Velkson.
They're trying to see who has the bigger balls.
Basically.
More wrinkly balls.
Men politics.
Men with a woman though.
Right.
Her balls just seem to be on her chest instead.
So Roddy kind of, nods to you and, parts ways, kind of puts the, last of the tent fixings up in their designated bags and starts lugging it back towards the caravan. Only so many left?
Yep. Let's go see Darlin. I don't think we've done him yet.
Nope. Is Derek back?
Is he back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
No, speak up.
What would Darlin be doing this early in the morning?
Let's see. Braiding his beard.
Fair enough.
Because, it doesn't want to trip over it.
That is very fair. So,
if you look at his picture, he has quite the long beard, and it's always braided up.
mm-hmm. So you catch Darlin amidst the braiding of his beard this early in the morning.
The hammer sitting next to him in all its majesty.
Yeah, I approach and I point at the hammer and be like, Darlin, I think that needs to be polished.
It's fine.
It needs some love.
You need some love. Go talk to Sylph. I'm sure
I do need some love, but I do not want Sylph.
Well then.
Self is used.
Aww.
He's tainted by tiefling blood.
Some may call me thrifty.
Wow. Alright then.
Some
That's
may call
awesome.
you a nuisance, but you know, hey.
Aw, it's still amazing.
I'm a good shot.
In any case, Galrian kind of like looks to you two and it's like, interesting.
So does she take notice of like the 3 different holy symbols that he's wearing? Kind of, because he's got, the hammer has the holy symbol of the one guy on it.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Torak's holy symbol on his armor,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other holy symbol as well.
What's the other holy symbol again?
God, what is that other armor piece?
I'm the one with the pistol.
Well, remember that your armor is 1 lumped armor now, right?
Yeah, 1 lump. But I'm thinking of like, it probably has pieces of the other one still on it.
The other one I don't think really had anything else on it.
Minderhole?
Minderhall is the hammer.
Minderhall is the hammer. Where is it?
Oh.
It's not
The armor?
Uskroth's armor does not actually have like
Yeah.
does
a holy
this not
symbol.
have?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it does not have like a holy symbol or anything on it that like
Okay, so it would just be the 2 holy symbols then.
yeah. Well, she kind of like just nods to you. She does not make mention of like the holy symbols per se. She does seem to give you an appraising glance, but as to anything else is who knows.
Yeah, he's just braiding his beard and then, fixing maybe a couple of well, no, because they're magic now, so never bumps spikes. Maybe polishing the hammer afterwards.
That's
polishing
fair,
his hammer.
but Evana and this
Giving it long, beautiful strokes in front of the 2 women.
Evana's
This is dwarven courtship right here. This is him putting himself out there.
So what is this one's name then? The one who seems to flirt with you?
Darlin.
Oh, we're at pet names with him already.
No. It is not a pet name. That is his actual
No,
name.
that is my actual name, is Darwin.
I see. Dwarvish and dialect then. Okay. Mr. Stormbreaker, I'm Calrian Blix.
Yes, the paladin girl who is in all twisted sorts of fate.
One could certainly look at the situation that way, yes. It is interesting to see dwarves so far into the holds of Belkson. Do you hail from Kragnaroth or maybe Yanderhof?
I don't know if I should be telling you that.
Fair enough. It seems this caravan likes to keep things close to their chest. Not that I blame you. The region's not exactly a nice area, but I assure you that Lastwall at least is a beacon of good and all that needs to fight off the darkness, be that the Whispering Tyrant or the holds of Belkson. But I will intrude no further this morning. It was a pleasure to meet you, darling Stormbreaker.
Good day.
What exactly does he do for the group there? As like you two walk off,
He rolls into things.
she kind of raises her eyebrow again. I mean, I know he's a dwarf, but that seems a little derogatory.
She's like, no, literally.
Yeah, literally.
He runs into things.
Yeah. Always running into things with his spikes.
I see. I guess that is one way
He has
to
more
inflict-
than one dick.
I will
Wow.
penetrate everyone.
Wow.
It's more like you sit down in the middle and then everyone's just riding you at different angles because you're a multi-headed dildo hydra.
Wow. Okay, then moving on.
That's some weird.
I'm tired. I'm
Weird.
very tired.
Where to next? Daisy has gotten Andrew in some weird mind funk.
Well, let's say the guy I play with is the most sailor of Sailor Mouse because he actually used to be a sailor.
Let's go see.
Ava watches Sylph. Oh my.
She's watching everyone.
Oh boy. Let's go and see the fortune teller.
All right. She is easily found at her.
Silk
Go ahead.
knows that she's purposely like skipping him. His face lights up in joy as they walk gleefully by him each time.
Ava just frowns whenever she walks past him and shakes her head.
Oh man.
Frowns is a strong word. She just kind of glares vacantly at him. At least Sylph thinks it's a glare.
So you walk up to the fortune teller's wagon, and inside Valana is flipping some of the tarot cards kind of across the table, and as
Wow,
you
the deck
kind
of many things. Draw from it
as-
quick before she can finish.
as you step up, she looks to you and is like, yes, a wayward pickup, and possible ally for the future, maybe.
Yeah.
Calrian kind of like looks to you and is like, that's a little presumptuous. Milano just kind of raised her hands. I only read the cards.
Those,
Calrian just kind of, raised her eyebrow again and looks to you.
those
this is
cards
the-
found me.
Interesting. I suppose, then, what say your cards about this meeting, then? On it would go. Well, outside of a budding sense of destiny, I'm sure that we'll run into a little bit of tragedy before we've gone too far, as is every adventure. But you in particular were given the gift of knowledge. I believe that you hold something that may behoove our would-be heroes in their course to come. What it is, I'm not 100% sure. The cards don't tell me much, but everyone has their part to play. Karahan just kind of, has a confused look, like she thinks she understood what she said, and, tries to rack her brain and, looks at Evan and it's like, I'm not a scholar in the same way that your, Windward, Lady Ava was. I'm not sure what knowledge I would have that would aid you. Maybe something at Castle Everstand?
It's quite possible. We'll find out.
Polana just kind of gives that, look of, that smile of, I know what I'm talking about, and might know more than what I'm saying, but just kind of, waves you both off. It was a pleasure to meet you, Miss Carrie Ann Blix. I'm sure that we'll have further chances to speak. The paladin just kind of nods and like slowly backs away from the fortune teller's wagon. You have quite the eclectic group.
Oh yeah. We're not done yet.
Really?
Yeah, a couple more. Well, let's
Dora?
go and see Sylph.
I believe I've met this one. She kind of follows you off to see where Sylph is. How far along in the process is Sylph with his clothes and everything else?
He's just buttoning up his undershirt, about to put on his singing steel or whatever.
Fair
Singing
enough.
metal. He's kind of like brushing it as they come by.
Fair enough. You see Ethna and Calrian, make their way towards you.
He turns around. The smile that everyone thought was going to be there is just an utter, just like monotone fashion. He stares. Hi.
It seems we have peeved him.
Well, hello, fair bard. That
How
that
may I-
is your profession amongst this merry band, yes?
His eyes dart over at Ava, and he darts back to her. I'm Sylph.
Yes, I'm Kazuma.
Okay. Okay. I thank
Who
you.
got that? I can see it. Like at least 3 of you got that reference.
I'm all here for gender equality. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh man. She looks to Sylph and is like, I appreciate your assistance in the removal of the orc threats that we had harassing the watchtower. You
My
and your
pleasure.
friends. Go ahead.
We noticed the lights, and Ava over here, and he glances over at Ava and back at her again. She cast a spell on me, and it didn't work. Well, it worked, but then it didn't work because I broke it. And then other things happen, and like he still starts sweating, and like we noticed the goblins were attacking, and then Darlin
Orcs.
ran out of nowhere with this huge hammer, was like just hit this guy, and he went really small. And then Gochin was big, and then you were there, and then I peed, and then darted back at Ava with his eyes and back at her again.
I see. Outside of your songs and theatrics, what is it that you do for this merry band? Where do you see your adventures taking you?
Causing us problems.
Yeah, he's just staring at her now, like completely like in pause, doesn't know what to do because Ava's just staring him down. He's trying so hard to like keep his composure. So I inspire courage, and I shoot my gun.
You are trained with firearms. That's quite commendable. That's an emerging art, I hear.
Yes, I wasn't too sure about it, and then a fine lady back at Turnau taught me better on how to shoot a rifle. So I got good.
I see. I commend your talents, Sir Bard. Hopefully they keep you and yours safe whilst journeying out in Boxen.
He just saw all of a sudden just breaks character, and he pats her on the head. He was like, "I'm so sorry. Here, let me give you a hug. I held it in so hard, Ava. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry."
Like she like catches your hands and like, I would ask that you refrain from touching me, please.
Okay.
The bard is quite
Darla will walk
handsy.
by and be like, "That's probably a smart idea. You don't know what kind of weird diseases he has."
I'm sure he's fine.
Sylph like runs off as fast as he can because he knows that he did the best that he could to keep his composure.
Ava just watches.
Like, as Silth is running off, and like Roddy's like, I'll get him.
No.
Try not to hypnotize him this time.
Fuck off.
I'm
We should
sure he
just
wants
leave
to
him.
do that to you.
Roddy takes off to, like, go catch Sylph.
While they're gone, let's leave.
Yes! Let's go.
Shut
That
up.
does not seem honorable to leave comrades behind.
Oh, they'd find their way back somehow. They'd get lost and somehow make it there before the caravan.
Trust me,
Yeah.
with those two
I like
guys.
that one scene in The Emperor's New Groove where the villains get to the place first, but even they have no idea how they did it. Yeah, my eyes, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Man, I could totally see them pulling similar shenanigans. Oh my god. They are straight up like the, they are the two goofballs from the road to El Dorado.
Ava will literally just go, they'll probably be
Miguel
just
and
there.
Tulio.
Tulio and Miguel.
Mhm. That is those two.
Yeah.
That's so holding on like, ah!
In any case, let's see. I think you've got everybody.
Nope, there's one
booked.
left.
One left, yeah.
One left. And it's Kogan.
All right.
We don't count that one.
He's currently chilling at his cart.
Not blowing things up?
No, not at the moment.
Well,
He seems to have a mug that has some sort of almost earthy kind of texture to it, almost like beans roasted.
My beer. God damn it.
It's not beer.
it better be coffee.
Coffee is really rare.
Yeah.
Yes, one might think it's coffee.
I mean, it's got beans.
It's
Roasted
got
beans. It's roasted beans. It's the poor man's coffee. How's that?
If you had alchemy, it smells rich. I'll give you that.
What else is a bean? Cocos are beans, aren't they?
Sometimes, yeah.
Hmm.
The natural ones are.
Yes.
Ava, you know the smell of coffee when it's around.
Ava gets a cup.
Do you ask for a cup?
Why would
Ava
you do
will
that?
watch and slowly go through the actions of getting a cup, making it very apparent that she's not asking for permission, but seeing if they're gonna say anything.
Kogan's like, drop a coin to replace the fund.
Ava drops a gold coin.
He nods
And
to you.
then suddenly that guy is feeling the strange nudging sensation of something behind him.
Is Chompy going after the coffee?
It's a smelly food item, so yes.
He woke up just for coffee.
Ava's gonna look over at Choppy and just, if you want something that reeks, go talk to Sylph.
There we go.
Or
He'll
perhaps
cock his head
Roddy.
to one side, but
Sits right at the cart.
he'll cock his head to one side and then turn around and go off as if he understands what you just said.
The
Good boy.
line for coffee has begun. Oh goodness.
I was gonna ask for coffee too. Wanted a cup.
Drop a coin.
Do I have any coins?
It's gold.
I'll give you. I got.
Right, we were on over this. That's right.
Yeah, I've never been paid. Damn it.
Ava just kind of gives you a look and then pats you on the shoulder.
Everybody get 50 gold pieces.
That's in.
Carried?
I have
No.
$2.
That's in carried currency.
Equipment.
Where the
Equipment.
okay, equipment. Aha.
Carried.
Good, because I was at 0 because I don't think we had a
sweet.
loot split.
So wait, we just got 50 on top of what we have.
Yep.
No, we basically haven't had a loot split yet because of
It's
the
all
way
been
things have
items.
gone.
Yeah, it's all been items for the most part, and nobody's like paid you
22
like.
GP right now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
That's what the
Sorry for
split
you.
would be. We haven't split it yet, though.
Yeah. You guys haven't like sold much noise of some of the items you picked up as of recent.
Ava's
This is just
waiting
kind of
until it's a
like-
decent amount.
I'm just saying, like, out of like all the orcs and stuff that you've killed over the last, book and a half, 50 gold pieces for everybody's probably a, decent bet as to what they've kind of carried on average, split 6 ways.
Fair enough. At least I'm not broke anymore.
Mhm.
I will give 2 coins, get myself a cup, and Jess one. Mosey on over to her.
Oh, ooh, thank you. She kind of like accepts the cup from you happily. She pulls out a small little bag and sprinkles some white, stuff into the cup.
Still hold his cup up towards her and gestures towards having her pour him some, sprinkle him some.
She takes like 3 good scoops and puts it in there.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
The coffee just turns into a paste, so he grabs a spoon.
And meanwhile, he looks around and finds, as he feels Chompy behind him.
He holds the spoon out and lets Chompy have a taste.
Oh boy.
You have to fight to get the spoon back. And there's a tooth-shaped bend in that spoon now.
I guess it's a good thing that we kept a good supply of spoons. I need Chompy to roll me a fortitude save.
What?
You just gave a dinosaur a sample of caffeine. I want to see what happens.
Oh, jeez.
Beautiful.
Oh, no.
Chompy's got like the zoomies for at least the next hour.
He's got haste for an hour,
He's got
but
the little
like just
dog
for movement.
zoomies.
He's got the movement speed from haste for the next hour, but none of the other
Basically.
benefits.
Basically. Napping,
Did anyone
sleeping-
here see the movie Hoodwinked?
Yes.
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 Remember the
Oh,
squirrel,
God.
the coffee squirrel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't forget that squirrel.
No.
What have I done?
So, yep, that's basically Chompy right now. So, while everything else is going on in the camp, Chompy's basically just doing laps all over the place.
Good for him.
Silph do laps.
So, like, you guys can see this in the background. It's like, yeah, so don't feed coffee to the animal companions, but Kogan, Alchemist, Wainwright, General Skill Monkey around the caravan here. Pleasure to meet you. Galrian just kind of looks and is like, I see that you are a useful person to have around the caravan then. Alchemy is a persistent trade to make sure that people are well kept or well armed, from what I understand. Kinda nods. Sounds like you got the right of it. Sounds like you're a passenger for the time, so it doesn't sound like boss is gonna expect too much work out of you. A shame, really. Paladin's pretty useful. She kind of nods, but like doesn't answer the like putting her to work portion.
Leaves it hanging, implying her agreement, but not actually stating it.
I was gonna say she'll be put to work eventually.
She kind of looks to you and it's like, all right then.
Gotta earn your keep.
Well, I'm no stranger to it.
I
Was
still
there
want my
anyone else
coffee.
amongst?
I still want my coffee.
Okay, no, like if there's a coin, dropped, then Kogan kind of, points to some of the wooden mugs that are hung up on the like side of the cart. When you kind of like look inside this cart, it's meticulously organized.
Perfect.
Everything is labeled.
Darlin walks by with not coffee.
Ah,
He
he
has a
found
big old mug of ale.
he found Dragar's stash.
Oh boy.
He found Dragar's stash.
I will take that coffee. Give him the coin.
Good. But with that, I believe everybody has been introduced.
Yes.
Everybody can kind of
Sorted
pile
out.
up.
Besides
Death
Chompy,
glory.
but Chompy is doing the zoomies, so
Chompy is self-explanatory, it seems.
yeah.
Like, she's heard the name enough, and it's like, the dinosaur is, quite intriguing.
That is like the whole of the Chompy's what keeps like the we need Chompy.
But, you guys all collect up into the wagon, and, with no more than maybe 5 hours ride, eventually you can see the keep of Castle Everstand, not too far off. As, you roll up, you can see guards kind of hailing down from the, barricade walls. Halt! Who goes there? Blanak would kind of poke a head out.
Darlin's half tempted to say, "A band of merry orcs, can't you tell?"
Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
We are travelers from Trunau, seeking asylum for the evening and possible trade. We have one of your number from the watchtowers over the western direction. We have news to share. Kind of like, we'll send a representative down to verify who you are. Stay put. Make no sudden movements, and this will go smoothly. She kind of nods and re-enters her wagon as a couple people in heraldry, quite similar to Calrian, kind of make their way outside of the gates of the castle walls and, do a light inspection of the caravan, kind of taking, stock of people, counts your number, makes note of each of you.
Sylph, Roddy's like, I have an idea. It's a new prank I'm inventing. It's called.
It's called what? What are you trying to get us in
Mooning.
trouble with? Oh no.
Sylph needs to sit down.
I hate to tell you this, the dwarves invented that eons ago.
Yeah, they were.
That is an
They really
old dwarven tradition. How did you not know about that?
Let me live in my own.
If they stick a sword in your anus, it's not my fault.
Well,
This one
no, it's
requires a
not
proctated
great.
Roddy says that as if that's actually happened to him once.
Oh.
Ooh. Yeah, Syl just kind of flinches. He's like, ow.
So do you commence with the mooning?
No. Syl puckers and sits back down.
We're learning all sorts of things tonight. But the inspection goes by fairly quickly, and you're all allowed entry within to Castle Everstand. While it is a castle by name, the premise of the grounds here is not overly large. This area spans probably no more than about 300 foot by 300 foot in square foot across the entire property. There's a small blacksmithy, there's a small stable to house your caravan, and as your horses disappear, they're a little odded out by that, but move on to do a more in-depth inspection as your purported merchants traveling the way. Calrian kind of steps out of the caravan and looks about and sees one of the guard captains, give a nod to her and seems to head off to report after thanking you all one last time. As you all are kind of taking stock of the general castle grounds, I'd like for perception checks from the party.
So it has been said. So it must be something like that. Perception, you say?
Perception,
Observe
yes.
the mighty perception.
Darlin's too busy looking at this so-called
There's
castle.
Chompy. Let me see.
Call this a castle? This is
Dolgus. There's Dolgus.
This is the farmstead.
Good.
These used to dwarf castles, which are castles.
Yeah, dwarf fortresses are like insane. They're like a quarter mile,
And
most
only
cases.
only a portion of them are visible above ground.
Right.
Yes. That doesn't take into account the mile underground they go.
Right. Like this is clearly a human built keep. Like this is about this is about 150 feet, square footage for the actual keep, and the rest of the footage is just for all the other miscellaneous, essentials to keep things supplied. Like there are little hovels and peasant workers that are outside the castle walls, so to speak. So there is like a bit of farming to self-sustain the castle itself. But it's clear that the actual fortress itself is not as large off as other places might be.
Darla wanted to go, and it's like, this place isn't even big enough to hold a dwarven forge.
Not even a basic dwarven forge either,
Oh yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
I've heard dwarven forges are pretty big. Never seen one myself.
So Sylph, Evana, and Dolgus would take note that as the caravan kind of empties out into this open courtyard, there are several watchtowers where Knights of Ozum are patrolling and keeping eye out into the border reaches around the castle. But amidst one of the balconies in the keep itself, there is a woman of long braided blonde hair that seems to be watching your entry with keen interest of sorts. Evana, this visage looks familiar to you.
I'd like to keep my head down.
I will go ahead and send this real quick. But it does seem that after some basic introductions are made, Calrian seems to head in towards the keep proper so that, she may give report in full.
Can I do anything to check our carts and stuff?
You want to look over the maintenance of your wagons?
Yep.
I would need either a profession Wainwright, craft carpentry, or an engineering check at a slightly different, slightly more difficult tick.
Engineering. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
I think that'd be a Kogan thing.
Yeah.
You could ask him.
Later.
Also ask Ava.
Or ask Ava.
Yeah, I could ask Ava too.
Ava doesn't care.
who does care? Not Ava.
I am noting I paused the recording so I could read that.
Fair enough.
So, so no one else knows if they look at the thingy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's all
you're
good.
recording.
I thought you both were.
Well, yeah.
I'm recording.
Mine's on live stream. So far, it's
So
only
is
stopped
mine.
once, and I've gotten it to stay going the whole time.
That's good.
Mine stopped twice in the starting, but now it's go.
Nah, mine's only
All
stopped
good.
once.
But it does seem that there is a little bit of trade going on here. Castle Everstand does seem to have a small stall of, shops, basic in function. If you're looking for blacksmithy, there is, such tools here. If you're looking for a tannery, there's such tools here. Tailor, seems like there's someone here to maintain the banner, heraldry, and other, basic requirement of linens and cloths. Seems that on the outskirts there may have been a small fair of general goods or food stocks that could be purchased. It seemed that Jess was interested in heading out that way. Alana kind of seems posted up outside of her wagon, seeming to be willing to give fortunes, and would bid you all to walk over to her stall for a moment.
I'm gonna grab Jess by the arm and have her. So I'm gonna follow her. Judge on a good store afterwards.
So Jess will follow you over to Valana then. Is everyone else heading that way?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whilst we're within Castle Everstand, we have a small moment of reprieve from the orc hordes. If you have any purchases or goods you would like to offload, now's probably your best chance to do so. I suspect that the Watch Warden will likely ask for an audience at some point this evening. So, until then, you have time to yourselves. But do not linger too far from the castle itself, lest you run up to the river and find yourselves swept downriver back towards Trunau. Do you have any questions?
Well, this doesn't. No. Chompy might, though.
She looks to Chompy. Do you have any questions? Kind of points its tail and seems to run off into a direction.
Bogus will point that way. Wherever that way happens to be.
Seems outside of the walls of the castle, maybe towards the scent of food.
Excellent. We're going to go get some food. Good job, Chompy.
And the rest of you?
Nope.
Very well then. As Game Master, I will go ahead and give you guys the opportunity to, if you have anything you want to investigate about the castle, to feel free to let me know now.
Are there any dinosaurs in about?
Searching the castle grounds, I would be able to tell you that no, you do not find any other dinosaurs or lizard-like companions hiding amongst the grounds.
Silth is going to, as he walks around, he's gonna take note of like the way people react and the conversations that he hears along the way, and just kind of gather
Some rumors.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me. Yeah, go ahead and give me. Well, are you just listening, or are you actually trying to engage with the people?
If anything catches his eye, he'll engage. If there's any like rumors that interest him about like any of the things that we're investigating, like the artifacts and all that stuff. Or just anything about attacks or anything that will just catch his eye. The juicy gossip.
I would say then go ahead and give me a diplomacy check if you are willing to engage with people in the realm of rumors. Very good. It seems that the coming time of let me just get this phrase one more time. The proving time is going to be right around the corner for the orc holds of Belkzen. The time where all of the orcs basically have a ban on killings and follow the ways of the flood truce will be coming to a seasonal end. So people are a little worried that trade is going to get a little more difficult, and traversing the wilds, especially up towards like Freedom Town, might be a bit more on the risky side.
So it's an orc holiday where they don't fight, or
Effectively, from what Sylph can gather, Orc Society has a few points that mark their semi-nomadic traditions. The annual movements can be divided into two distinct periods: the Proving Time and the Flood Truce. The Proving Time lasts from early fall to early spring, and is mostly marked by ceaseless warfare. As orcs love to fight, it allows them to prove their superiority over others. Most orcs also believe that it is the only way to truly own anything is to take it from another by force. That's whether it be food, slaves, weapons, anything else, like it's originated by these precepts. The other major season for them is the Flood Truce. So depending on the weather, it falls between late spring and late summer, and coincides with the first flash flood that effectively forces most of the wildlife to travel the banks of the flood road into central Belkzen, where all orcs basically go out and hunt wild aurochs and migrate from the realm of the Mammoth Lords. Warfare and mass violence in general amongst orc tribes during this time are strictly taboo, as the aurochs are kind of the only reliable source of meat and leather for the entire year. They also spend the time to find mates amongst other tribes and occasionally make new tribal alliances. Or new feuds. The orcs are gonna orc. From what it sounds like, the Flood Truce is nearing its close. Likely within the next day or so, depending on how things turn out. Which means that traveling the orc lands are going to become much more difficult, as you guys are getting into about the fall period of the year.
Mini
Additionally,
battle.
What's that, Sylph?
So potential battles.
Indeed. Something additional that you would likely learn whilst asking the many little citizens here around the settlement. Let me just... From what it sounds like, there have been a recent smatterings of river drakes harassing anyone near the waters of the river. It's been noted that some merchants have come into trouble with these recent attacks, and it seems that the river drakes have been pushed from their natural habitat, thus may have made new nests nearby. Seems there might be a possible reward for any who would be able to reclaim some lost goods in a recent scavenging by the river drakes. They don't allude as to what that reward might be, however. There are whispers also that the fort to the northwest is possibly haunted by the spirits of old. One such, villager says that their great-grandpappy used to work the vicinity of Red Lake Fort before it was overtaken by the Orc Horde line, and that spirits there are restless as they never knew peace.
That's something so.
They say that few actually made it out of that region alive.
No, Sylph's really interested in it.
I will remind you of the ghost rats that almost ate us.
And Sylph did run a long distance and poop. He did poop.
That's true. With a 31, you would know as much as that there are a few surviving maps of the region of that area, and that they've become kind of like a treasure hunter's collector's piece.
Interesting.
If one such person had such a thing, it'd be worth a pretty coin depending on who wants to go and investigate such a ghost-infested area.
What about Drake's? You guys interested in Drake's?
Sure. It's better than the undead.
Well, yeah, Sylph will grab Jess by the arms again and run on back to the group and tell them that there's a bounty for on the.
Fair enough. What does the rest of the group do while Sylph's out rumor mongering?
Trying to figure out how we can sell off Syl.
Well, there are a few old ladies that are looking for some strapping young muscle in order to help them with their daily chores. While they're not into slavery, they just need some help, making sure that the ramshackled hovels outside of Castle Everstand are put into proper condition.
Just tell them it's roleplay.
Perfect for Gochin. I will walk up to Gochin and let him know about this. You could help some little old ladies. Maybe they'll even pay you. I get 10% because I found it.
Sounds like it might be a little sketch, though. Old ladies, they're crafty individuals.
They're old ladies. What are they gonna do? Suck your soul out of your body?
I mean,
Possibly.
Just go help the little old women.
I mean, we can send Roddy to do that.
I once saw one do a backwards crab walk up a wall.
Roddy would probably try and mesmerize them like he did Syl and take them for their money.
I mean,
and then we'd get blamed and hung with them.
If they can catch us.
They'll catch you.
Yeah, townspeople are like gazelles. They could run for days and not get tired.
I was more thinking about the guardsman shooting you in the back with a crossbow, but alright.
I'm enjoying that I dropped this one little piece of, possible material, and this is what we're getting out of it. I'm all for it.
We should send Ava to go see if she can find some books to read so she gets smarter.
I was going to
She
say.
can get along with the ghosts.
He already kind of looks like one.
Yeah.
Everybody just kind of looks at you when you're talking about ghosts and then just ignore you.
Ava does tend to kind of drift around.
She does.
She moves unnaturally fast compared to the rest of you.
And just stares.
Yeah.
No, she just stares at you because you irritate her.
Yeah, anything that you want to offload here, Purist, just, let me know if there's things on the sell list that you want to depart with, and, we'll discuss it out of the session.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it right now.
All right.
I'm A-okay if that's a side thing. Unless there's anything specific somebody wants right fucking now, I'm not too worried about it.
I want it right now. I want all of my money that I'm owed.
You get nothing and you'll appreciate it.
You got a stick.
You'd have to catch her.
Yeah.
Oh, I could get you.
Is there anything that Ava's particularly looking for?
It was just seeing if there's any magic books or anything that really pique her interest.
Roll me a D100. $89. At best, in terms of magical items, there's a very scarce list of things. Does not seem like they keep much in the ways of that kind of trade good here, but
Yeah.
Can I trade my profession blacksmith to try to make a food coin?
you can ply that for a day, yeah?
While we're sitting around here not doing shit for a day.
Offer your services to help out the blacksmith peoples, they'll definitely pay you a
Sure.
wage.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a blacksmithing check.
My
Profession.
merry band of Drake hunting's getting smaller.
That sounds like a good idea.
Alright, go ahead and roll me a D10 plus 5.
Okay. You're making me sit up. I was leaning back in my chair, relaxing. Oh, Max. Maxing and relaxing and looking all cool with a 15. I earned 15 copper.
So effectively, you earn 15 silver pieces.
Yay.
It's not much, but you know it's what the blacksmith can afford to pay you today.
Can Silk, Jess, and Roddy go off and auto-resolve these drakes?
No, you cannot auto-resolve the drakes.
God damn it.
We can take care of the drinks tomorrow. Relax.
Mm.
But
Go
he's
sing in a
impatient.
bar and earn some money.
Oh, that's
There
a
you
good
go.
idea.
Go sing.
Silk's gonna go and polish off these old ladies that need help, try and make some money.
Gonna go help the old ladies?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna polish them off. Yeah. Yep.
He's gonna sex the old ladies.
He's gonna go be a gigolo. It'll be fine.
He grabs Jess by the hands. Come on, girl.
Oh, but chop that, and she just follows you. So what we have available within the town is the following. I'm gonna go ahead and just post this in the game chat.
Just another little tinkering of dwarven hammers.
So we have Challenger's Gloves, which are masterwork item created by the dwarves of the great kingdom of Barakib. We have an Elixir of Fire Breath, which was apparently a battered item that once belonged to an illustrious hero.
But we don't have any gold to spend. What's going on with this?
I'm working on it.
So if you have money to afford any of these or have items that you wish to trade.
Yes, hold on. Let me sell off my amazing artifact.
For those that want
this
to
dude
know,
would never be able to afford.
All right. For those that want to know, the Challenger's Gloves are effectively by removing the glove and using it to make a melee or ranged touch attack against an opponent. The wearer of the other glove gains a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls against the target, and the target gains a -1 penalty on the attack rolls against the wearer. Both of these effects last for a minute, but immediately end if any one of the gloves wearer attacks the challenged opponent. Both gloves must be worn by the same creature. Effectively, these are thrown to symbolize the challenge for a duel or other single combat.
A lot.
Yes, this is the glove you throw at somebody when you're like, I challenge you to a duel.
And then they hit you with a plated backhand.
Yep.
Because that's what Darlin would do.
But this is what Ava has managed to suss out. So Sylph, you are helping the little old ladies with their chores today.
Yep.
All right.
Him and Jess.
I will need 3 things from you then. They need some firewood restacked and cut, so I will need a strength check from you.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez. Where's my strength?
Oh, this is why I told Goshen to go do it. It's
my
always a
strength.
strength test. -9.
Oh, you need
Defenses?
some strength, you say?
It's in your
It
ability.
is in your core.
This is my core.
Yep, you just roll a strength check for me.
There's a little die button next to the strength.
Yep.
Oh god.
I will need a fortitude save from you.
Oh god.
Let's go, Sylph. That's in defenses. Yep.
All right. So you take 1 point of constitution damage,
Oh my god.
and you also are fatigued for the rest of the day.
Oh shit.
I need you to add that to your character sheet right now.
All right. So Constitution.
-1.
Do that one.
You can just put that in the damage column.
Don't worry, you'll be fine with a good night's rest.
Oh yeah.
What you'll want after this.
Okay. So I go down. Oh god, I'm so lost right now.
So on your core page, you
Yep.
find con, right?
Yep.
You scroll all the way over to where the damage column is.
There we go. And take it down one.
Tick it down one.
There we go.
Then at the top in your conditions, you'll check mark fatigued.
Fatigue. Okay.
Yep.
Or still.
All right. Now, they also require their chickens to be caught, as they seem to have blown their coop. So I will need an acrobatics check.
Does Chompy get to eat them?
No.
No.
What?
No eating the livestock, damn it.
I will need another
That
fortitude
is
save from you.
It's 2 ones. 2 1. What the fuck?
He's gonna pass out chasing chickens.
He's fatigued. All right. Luckily, he does not receive another con damage and goes to exhausted. They have but one final task from you.
Oh Lord.
They need you to help them organize their. So they've got this like small library where they've got all of their like children's stories that they read to all the little orphan children or all the other kids that kind of come around to seek the old ladies for story time in the afternoon. They've kind of gotten in a bit of a mess. I am going to require from you a intelligence
Why is Sylph doing
check.
all this?
Intuitance?
Intelligence.
Oh, intelligence.
Why is Sylph doing all this again?
He's being a helpful lad.
I was trying to get money.
You're trying to impress a girl. Okay.
I was trying to get money. They're old ladies.
Why do you want
You
money? The
brought
only reason you want
Jess.
money is